right? Excited about life, right? Listen, today is a good day to have a good day, right? Always a good day to have a good day. I see some ones in the chat, right? I hope to see more, right? Because how we feel about our day is absolutely a choice, right? So one of the things that I want to kind of start this call off with this morning is some perspective. And let me just kind of give some disclaimers before we get started. All right. This is a mastermind call. Okay. Meaning that we're not going to always talk life insurance concepts. This is a mindset, mainly kind of a call. Okay. And one of the reasons that we believe this call is super important to our system is because everything in life is built on mindset or state of mind. In fact, if you look at the concept state of mind, it's your first state. It's where you are. It's where you live. That's why they call it a state of mind, right? It's where you constantly live. I don't care if I'm in Atlanta on the East Coast. I don't care if I'm in Tennessee, East Tennessee. Everywhere I go, I take me, right? And so that's why this is important. Good morning. My sister Mary Grace has joined us. Everybody say good morning to Miss Mary Grace, one of the founders of Our
Good
Infinite
morning.
Company.
Good morning.
Good
But I wanted to
morning.
talk to you guys this morning about something that hit home for me. I received a download this morning. I got a call from one of our team members, and I won't disclose their name, but they got a diagnosis for cancer. And so I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about some perspective. Time. You guys, we are in a race for time. Everything we're doing is about time. And I want you guys to just kind of let this sink in because some of y'all woke up cancer free this morning and somebody didn't. And look how God works. I did not ask Mary Grace to be on this call this morning. Did not. But somebody who championed this conversation can lend some perspective, but time. I want you guys to think about this. You know, when I'm ranting and raving on these calls and I'm screaming and the veins is coming out my neck and y'all can see the veins in my forehead and I'm sweating like a Baptist preacher, it's because I care. And it's because I know we don't have time. And I'm not saying that cancer is a death sentence, okay? Because this is the only advice that I could give this person. Because they called me. And they said, Mr. Samad, I'm not okay. I worked in the medical field for 21 years. And I've talked to people who just wanted to be okay. They didn't listen, they didn't want what we have the opportunity to have. They just wanted to be okay. And we got this opportunity still to be way more than okay. And we're casual. Casual. I know we're casual because we could be doing a lot more. I'm included, you guys. I'm talking to me too. So don't take this like Mr. Somebody's talking at y'all. Like there's no big eye, little you here. Talking to me too. I was talking to the EM the other night and I talked about how, you know, When we talk to people about this opportunity, and we have to be willing to be disruptive, because the people who don't know any better don't know any better. And it's a hell of a responsibility when you have the opportunity to give somebody the opportunity to be more than okay. You have to be disruptive because they don't know. They've normalized mediocrity, they've normalized average. But it's all about time. So I want you guys to think about this today, and I want you guys to just kind of walk away with this perspective. Ah, I want y'all to like pretend like today's the last day. Because tomorrow ain't promised to nobody. How would you move? How would you act? Who would you talk to? How would you show up? I hear language like, hey, I'm just kind of waiting for this to happen, that for it to happen. And then when I get this in place and when I get that in place, then I'll move. And the best time and the perfect scenario is always now. It's always now. There is no perfect environment. There is no perfect time. There is no perfect scenario for anything, that you want to do worth doing. Some of us got health goals. Some of us got dietary goals. Some of us got, monetary goals. Some of us got OIC related goals, business milestones to hit. And we're waiting. And I'm begging you guys, please stop waiting. Please stop waiting for this perfect storm, this perfect scenario. Please. I'm going to give you guys this concept, and I want you guys to write this down. The price versus the cost. Some people think that it's the same thing. I want to help you guys. If you guys internalize this, just remove your egos for 2 seconds, please. And just take this in. The price versus the cost. Somebody says, well, listen, how much does it cost to join your opportunity? I say, well, are you talking about the cost of joining or the cost of not joining? The cost of joining is $125. And it's really not a cost, Mr. and Mrs. Client or new prospect. It's the price. And the price is what you pay on the front end. The cost is what you pay on the back end when you think that the price is too high. How many of you guys willing to talk to people that way? To save a life, to save somebody's legacy, to help save somebody's future. Because they don't know until they talk to you that there's something else. The price is what we pay on the front end. The cost is what we pay when we think the price is too high. So what is the cost of you not joining, Mr. Client or prospect? The cost is maybe a life of mediocrity, maybe a life of unfulfillment, maybe Groundhog Day for the rest of your life, maybe stress and anxiety, maybe the loss of a marriage, maybe the idea of your children never seeing you fulfill your potential. Maybe the price or the cost is you dying with all your music inside of you. I don't know, but later, guess what? The nature of the cost goes up. You can pay the price now or you can pay the price later, but later the price always goes up. Why? Because of time. Because of time. Let's take this to a client. Client says, well, I'm thinking about it, Mr. Samada. I want to roll this money over. It's a lot of money to roll over. You know, Mr. and Mrs. Client, let me tell you about the difference between the price and the cost. See, today the price is a little bit of time with me, okay? And we fill out something called a 9685 form. A little bit of inconvenience, a wet signature, that's the price. I roll it over, cost you nothing really, but the price is a little bit of time and a little bit of trust. But the cost is, Mr. and Mrs. Client, that you can lose in the market. Your 401k, your 403b is still in the market. Yes, there's been a separation of employment. Back to you, us as agents. What is the price for us today that could prevent the cost of tomorrow? And I promise you, it's these intangibles. For most of us, it's ego. And I'm talking to a bunch of believers. I know I'm talking to a bunch of believers. You know that every day we wake up, think about this. God is saying, hey, pay the price. There's a lot of incentive here. But if you don't want to pay the price today, it's going to cost you tomorrow. So I don't know what the price is for us individually on this call, but some of us got milestones. Some of us said, hey, this month is going to be the month that I go 3, and 8. This month is going to be the month that I hit the associate, field director, business director milestone. This month is going to be the month. And I promise you, the only thing between you and that milestone is a price that we continue to negotiate, and it's non-negotiable. Man, we can intellectualize some stuff because we smart. We smart. And like my mom say, you so smart, you stupid. That's what my mama say. Boy so smart, he dumb. Too smart for his own damn good. I'm just talking about my mama. Right? But I believe that to be true, that we can intellectualize ourselves out of the price. Oh, because don't think the devil is going to use a low level of ignorance to cheat you out of your own potential destiny. He's going to use every book you ever read against you. He's going to use your own intellect. When you go to the gym and do push-ups, he's doing push-ups too. When you go to the gym and you sweating and working out, he working out too. Oh yeah. Cunning, baffling, powerful is what they say about him. He's not some dumb person or entity. When you go pick up that book, 48 Laws of Power, be careful because your devil's reading that book right along with you. Hope this ain't too much. I'm just saying, I wanted to give you guys some perspective this morning. Okay. The price versus the cost. But later on, the cost goes up. Later on, the cost goes up. So that's all I got this morning. I'm gonna open up the call. Miss Mary Grace, thank you for joining us. Some of the other leaders, the call is yours.
I
Wow.
will
Good
ask.
Can
morning.
I piggyback?
Go ahead,
Oh, go ahead.
Mary Grace. No, no, no. Only ladies
No.
and only founders first. So I'm gonna be quiet.
Well, Hans, you between you and Suni this morning, just hearing that, but um, getting your early text this morning. I think it's all divine. But good morning, everyone. I love seeing all the bright faces. Some of you on the road, be safe. And some of you, I know you're probably secret agent on your W-2, working your W-9. I love it. I love it. But showing up, yes, is already a habit that we need to all create. And that's one of the things I've learned. And sometimes you show up, even they don't want you to show up. And because you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. And for those that are new on this call, even David, I love it. I mean, I see you in every call. I'm seeing, you really work on your business, but all those that I haven't been formally introduced. Yes, one of your equity founders, and being in this industry is from the time I'm 20, and especially when OIC has been birthed, it's a testimony of that we're attracting the right people. It's always about quality, maybe not quantity, because we're not that company. We might be that company right now, so we can develop the leaders and build the giants, and each one can bring 1,000, 10,000, just like me. Someone gave me the opportunity as a young 20-year-old, and you all know this is not a space for women, especially not young women, not women of color with no experience, and 20, really a kid, right? A girl, a young girl. And for those that don't know me, I'm barely like 4'10". So I really look like a kid. But it's not on the outside, it's what's in the inside, the heart, and the grit, the persistence, the perseverance, and the mission, vision, and purpose. And for those New Yorkers on this call, right? The New York Knicks, wow, they're having their parade right now. 53 years. That's what we say. Winners never give up. And when it's your time, no matter what, even till the last buzzer, and yes, being from Texas, our heart broke, but as a champion, myself as a winner, your dreams have no expiration. You can be playing, honing your craft. No one know you until you win. Now everyone know you. Now the three boys from Villanova, oh, the father and son, oh, legacy. Now everybody know who Jalen Brunson is. They know who Kat is. Now we know their story. But when in the beginning, when they were 53 years, nobody knew the Knicks. It's like the Bulls, the Lakers, the Warriors, but Kimberly Howard knew who the Knicks were. Hans Augustin knew those New Jersey boys, right? Like nobody know who Mary Grace Leal Nasca was. They didn't know who the Brad fam were. They didn't know who the Sunni Samad is. They didn't know who Princess Map is until we become that household name, until we become the hat I'm wearing, because our heart and our mind have to be aligned. And yes, we will get the punches. We will get our teeth knocked in. We would get, knocked down. But it's not how many times we get knocked down. It's how many times I'm going to get back up and keep on getting up. And cancer, yes, cancer, brother, did not kill me. It's not going to kill me, even being diagnosed stage 4 metastatic. And whoever that was that called you, or whoever on this call, we know what we deal with. Remember, the real cancer is financial cancers, y'all. And that's what we have the cure for, because that's what's making us sick, being worried about money. How are we going to pay this bill? How am I going to pay this car? Is it going to get repossessed again? Oh man, how about this? No one even want to walk to the mailbox. We don't even need to walk to the mailbox. It's being sent in our email, right? They calling us. But you know what? We have the solution. broke can be fixed. I think everyone on this call showed up and you keep showing up because you don't have the poor mentality. Because if you do have that poor mentality, you're not going to show up. You're even at your job, you're risking it. You're looking busy, but you're listening to me. You just listen to Sunni, right? The Baptist preacher sweating. And yo, it's sweat equity, baby. The more you sweat, the more you equity you're gonna get. That's why Sunni, I think he trying to get all my equity. Every time I see him, he's sweating. So I gotta be out there running with him, even though I be honest with y'all, right? I mean, this morning I was like ache and pain. I'm almost 50. I got shots. I got my therapy just last week, but I'm like, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go to Houston. I gotta push the team. I know I got the master list who's not registered. And kudos to this team. Y'all been leading since last year. But I know what this team can do. I know the power of this team. I know this team can triple exit, 5 exit, 10 exit till convention in the next 50 days. I know what y'all are made of. And some of you have roots that go into Texas. I learned that from Miss Andrea Samad yesterday. I mean, she just told me we from Texas. I might have been born California, but we got 5 generations here, and that's why I knew Sunni was different. I'm like, you're not California. I gotta get to the bottom of this. You Texas boy, you don't mess with Texas, right, Maryland? We got pride in Texas. And I just want to say, though, back to the cancer diagnosis, whoever that was, I want to be that poster child because I became that poster child. Hearing that diagnosis, saying you're metastatic, stage 4, and you got this tumor, lymph nodes, it's everywhere. And I just like Katy Perry, I said, of course it's everywhere because I'm a firework. It's going to light up. I don't know what you're looking at, but God telling me it's not my time. It's not my time. So your report show otherwise. But once I got that diagnosis, you know what cured me? Having that peace of mind when NLG picked up and said, we're sorry, Miss Anasco. You know, we got this 90-day elimination period because why would we want to advance you, 1.2 million, something like that, when we can advance you to 2 million on just this one policy. But as God is my witness, no chemo, no radiation, no surgery. Being diagnosed at stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, when I know I will get the treatments, we won't worry about the money, we won't have to sell shares, we won't have to take equity on our home, we don't have to stop, postpone anything with the business plans. We're even going to gas it up because now it became real when it hits your household. I just became more unstoppable. All 88 pound of me flew to Houston, flew anywhere I could be, flew even though I was still working on my health because Sunni said, today's not promised. And I have only had this one moment that I could be that seed that could take root and bear fruit or give that hope to someone. I will use my last breath to do that because I don't want to leave this earth. I want to be all in. I don't want any refund. I don't want to be changed. I actually want to leave this earth on overdraft. I even put more than I didn't have. I'm gonna use like even what I maybe thought I can guard and stay in bed today because I can and I would, and I even said that to Hans. But look what God did, Hans. He's like, no, you got a mission, and all of a sudden my schedule became full. I'm meeting someone walking out of Baylor, Texas Oncology right now. Another best friend of one of our equity partners, and it just sometimes has to wake us to move. That fire's on, but until it's like that pilot light, we didn't press the light's on, but we got to spark it up or something got to hit me. Oh my gosh, what do you mean? I haven't helped everyone. Lord, just give me more time. And we're 3 years and 3 months and no evidence of cancer. Right? Give me more time so I can just hop on more of this calls, or I can visit you in your house, or I can go to your state, or tell me where to go. Just give me the address. I'll be there in Arkansas. And maybe there's sometimes I can't be there because I am, got to do the wifey thing, the mommy thing, the daughter thing, because I also know I got to pour into those people that's needing me right now. And when I call y'all are my business partners. We're partners, right? But don't ask what OIC or Mr. Suni Samad or what Mary Grace Anasco or Princess Map or Kimberly Howard can do for you. Also, what can you do for us? The note, I call it a love letter this morning that Hans just buzzed me in at, you know, that was what I needed. It was like, you are a servant leader all your life. You're a mom, you're a dad, and happy Father's Day to all the papas, and the mamas that was the mom that had to also do the dad job. I see y'all. I see y'all, the solo parents, but those dads or the stepdads, you're not a step parent. You're the dad that stepped up. You're the father. Anyone can be a father, but it takes a special person to be a dad that can step up, like my brother-in-law right now in New York, stepped up to be the best step dad for Nicholas, right? And now they didn't even know the Knicks was gonna win. It was their anniversary last week. We just had to postpone a couple of things, and then he booked it. And he's like, I didn't know I'm gonna have 1 million people in this parade. What in the? But that's how God puts you in the place you need to be to open doors and be reminded never give up. Is 53 years long? No, but it's enough to break that losing cycle, right? 5 + 3 = 8. Just letting you know, we're celebrating 8 years. Some people say, I've been here 8 years. I'll go, you see the Knicks? You see the Knicks? They're champion now. Don't count the years. Make the years count. And I'll be more vulnerable today. Some people say, oh, yeah, I got 3 decades under my belt. But if God said it's not your time, I'm still keeping you. I'm still honing in. I'm still iron sharpens iron. I'm still putting more pressure because I want you to be that diamond, that coal that become that diamond like OIC is. I don't want anyone yet to know because y'all are my little, my secret project right now. And that's how God really works. He wants us to do the things that nobody want to know. The good you do, he knows. He's watching. We don't have to post it, but sometimes we have to. We just have to kind of like just wake people up and but he knows everything. The good y'all do, it's beyond the recognition. The good I do, I don't even want to mention it because it's him that he knows. But trust me, it's gonna pay off dividends. It's gonna be a return on investment. But if you didn't put any sweat equity or you didn't go all in, don't expect. This is not a lottery system. Sometimes we do get lucky because we might find somebody who wanted more than you. And then they sell us the dream. They sell us the discipline. They sell us to be better leaders, better followers, better builders. I learned from each one of you. But it's the event. This meetings that you show up to is a stepping stone to the big event. And put a heart if you were at the last event when this team dominated the stage. I'm just waiting for an MVP. I'm just waiting for that MVP. So please, you don't stop. You cannot stop. Don't celebrate too early like the Spurs. That tip off, my goodness, 29 points ahead, celebrating too early. But those kids are young kids, they got the time. Like maybe God told me, you're only 20, Mary Grace. There are people 60. Let them get their flowers. But we celebrate when it's the right time. But I said, Lord, I don't want to wait 53 years, please. I'll be 83 years old by then, right? It's now. 2026 is year of divine acceleration. I've been saying this from last year. And it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. And you have one of the best leaders because all of you are leader of leaders. And Marilyn, you're Texas girl, you're ATX. It's in our backyard, sister. You should fill in like a bus from Austin, just like say, hey, Texas is playing. They don't know, but it's a different Texas team. Yeah, there's a Texas is playing. We're not UT, but we OIC Texas, right? But there's just something here because everyone that you were there last year, it would be It would be a heartbreak if you do not go with 10 people. You saw people that equity, they went for it, right? Kimberly, Hans, Akil. I mean, Princess, you're like a sneeze. And I mean, Steven, it ain't over, you know? Y'all, Miss Fola, Wilhelmine, I mean, Gabriella, everybody that's on here. I mean, Jokey, like all of you deserve your equity and all your effort is paying off. It's the little things, guys. It's not the big thing. Sometimes it's that little consistency. You showed up today. I had to drive to San Jose, California, y'all, for my first convention. That's why you always see me on the road in my mommy van because I just been trained that way. And here, if you're from Texas and the zip code is Oklahoma or Louisiana, it's less than the San Jose drive, y'all. And look why Mary Sal and I are all in. She didn't even know how to drive. She learned through that highway. We didn't have shortcuts. The scenic route they gave us because it was a map. It was that big state farm map, and I'm like, okay, sis, it says 20, 10, and 5. We were like driving through mountain. I thought, I hope all of you got some insurance because this mommy van could go off this cliff. But guess what? Here, it's our company now. All of that 21 years with our practice company, Transamerica, WFG, and I'll say it, y'all, 21 years was just practice. I felt like I was those Knicks practicing, just different players, but I was just one of those that never retired because I started young, right? I started when I was only one. Just kidding. No, I started when I'm 20, almost 50, but I don't feel 50. I feel every day I've just been lit up. Like that Taylor Swift song, feeling 22, right? 22, but 28 years anniversary. That's me. That's me because age is just a number. And women, we're like wine. We get finer with age, right? Like our whiskey. In Texas, we like our whiskeys and tequila, especially in Tennessee, right? Like those guys there. But I was asked, graciously just yesterday, my brother, he is my brother, like all of y'all. And he says, sis, if you can hop on, and I know y'all are doing so amazing, but I just told him, even me as a wifey, I have to pour in my hubby bank. Like he said, honey, I want to watch this movie. And he rarely, once in a blue moon, he does that. I'll say, I'm this going to pay off dividends. If I say yes to this, I can miss a lot of things and really run the next June to July and be all over the zip code, all over Texas, all over the nation. And sure it did. It just reminded me that one yes can equal like 100 yes I can say to y'all now. Like I can go anywhere ever until 8-8. We're gonna keep pushing and we're gonna put OIC on the map because when everyone went crazy on SpaceX last Friday, I was getting my hormone therapy shots and going over my CT scans. And I was already planning in my mind, those shots will hurt. I'm gonna rest. I'm just gonna decompress and rest. But then I saw everyone going crazy over SpaceX. They told me they didn't have money for the convention 210, but they had money to buy stocks for SpaceX. And it just kind of, I was a little dumbfounded. I said, yes, SpaceX, but we have OICX. How many X are you going to do? Infinite X OIC. And we are launching our rocket out of orbit on 8-8. And you just been holding it so you can't wait for them to open up that OIC. I mean, that SpaceX, and you're delaying your OIC. But I might not have said it one-on-one, and normally I just keep that as intel, my info, but sometimes I can't hold it because like Suni said, this might be our last moment, and I don't want you to say, man, I missed out when OIC was giving equity like last year, 2025. Oh man, Kimberly, a mommy who has a full-time job. Her youngest is autistic, but she doesn't use that as an excuse. She went for it. She went for it. And Hans, Akil, like, and most of us were just like this, really. And then I'm like, but we got till 2030. We're not closing it today. I know Suni said, what if today was the last day? Would we work a little harder? Would we talk a little louder? Would we knock on that door until they open? Right? And ask and you shall receive. Today, put on the chat, ask. Ask for your equity. I want that OIC equity. We're not stopping you from getting equity from other company, but we're here saying you ask for your OIC equity. Ask. We have not because we ask not. And I ask, I am one of those. I ask, Lord, heal me. No weapon formed against me will prosper. And I ask, this insurance, is it true? Will they pay out? Because at one point I almost was like, let me see. Let me ask. The max. Woke up that September 13th. My bank account looked like an international phone number. Was that by design that God even allowed me to receive the benefit during Life Insurance Awareness Month, Liam? Because of what happened in 9/11? When all of the people went to work like a normal day and they didn't know that 9/11 would soon change the history, and everyone in the financial district of the world was on the TV. We didn't have GoFund yet. We had telethons. All those people only had a group insurance. They work for the largest financial firm, and we, as a community of everyone in financial, said, we will make this wrong a right. Let's lock arms and start to educate everyone the power of what life insurance is. Not death insurance, and definitely it's not funeral insurance. It's for the living when you cannot do and fulfill your obligations. But someone sick like me, because of that peace of mind, I healed. Because there's no money in cure. Trust me, the cure is sleep, rest, listen to your body. It will tell you, just like your car, when it says low fuel, low tire, check engine, don't ignore it. Your body's giving you different things. Where I ignored it. I'm not going to speak for anyone. I ignored. I was dumb. But God said, I'm not done with you yet. I will give you a second chance at life. Show me you've learned those lessons. So that's why any chance I can, I would share my testimony, because I'm not ashamed of being diagnosed, because there is a cure for cancer. There's just not money in cure. There's money in treatments. We're not a health care. We're sick care. Our doctors are working in collaboration with the big pharma, the pharmacists. They're like the legal drug dealers, y'all. My treatments cost me 25 G's every month since I was diagnosed. You just do the math. It's been 3 years and 3 months. And I tell them sometimes I'm not taking it, but you got to take it. It's maintenance. I'm like, my body. I decide. But I know, thank God for good health insurance too. I pay zero for those, but I cry. How about the people with no insurance? What do they have access to? What if those people are not millionaires, that the financial industry and those advisors will not talk to you unless you have $1 million plus in net worth and assets? But here we talk to you even we're in the negative, because broke can be fixed. General curses can become a generational blessing. And we have the cure for the real cancer is financial cancer. And it's what we do daily through our wealth formula, through everything we teach you, from our NLG trainings to all the trainers pouring their heart out to you. So all I can say is, I know you're already registered. This is a top registration team. Y'all are dominating number 1, number 2, number 3 in Bay Shop still. But let's get 3, 5, 10 more business partners that will build this business with us. You don't have to drive to San Jose, especially if you're from Texas. Get your Texas connection. Say it's in our backyard. It's in our backyard, right? Let's go. Let's go to the champion circle. And that's what it is. That is the champion circle. We are already claiming it. We are the MVP of the financial industry. You all are our MVP. You all are Jalen Brunson. There's not just one MVP. We are the MVP and CEOs of our business. So it only kind of funny we're not showing up with the right teams that the event can develop for you, and then you're ready for greatness. So with that, y'all, I mean, I will not stop. Thank you, Lord, just for giving me every day is a gift. I cannot change the past. I just to be a better version of myself. But thank you for always allowing me to share.
Absolutely.
Always, always, brother. Back to you.
Absolutely, Mary Grace. Thank you. Thank you so much for just everything. Just a quick disclosure. Mary Grace came and personally brought me my shirt for Infinite Circle yesterday. And for those of you who don't know, um, my parents live with us here. My mother was diagnosed with stage 2 cancer, and Mary Grace came and poured into my mother yesterday like nobody's business. And it just made my mother's day. So that's the kind of, and I don't even have words for it, you guys, like seriously. I can't even do it any justice, how I feel about the gesture and just who this young lady is to me personally. So, Mary Grace, thank you so much for everything that you do. Real quick, Hans, before I turn it over to you, I wanted to introduce somebody to the call or just to the team formally, because I know we've been seeing her, really two people, but I want you guys to kind of real quick, if you can, Beck, if you can just kind of introduce yourself to the team and just kind of share real quick why you chose our Infinite Company. Um, I don't know if you can share, Beck. Your camera just went off as soon as I asked you to share. So, if not, it's okay. But I'll share for her. Yeah, okay. Can you
Hi,
share?
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
okay.
I just had
All good.
to fix my
Okay.
headset because I couldn't talk on it, and so I had to go underneath my
Yeah,
computer. But
no
yeah,
problem. But can you share with the team just kind of who you are and just kind of why, where you are, right? And why you chose our Infinite Company? Just
yeah,
real quick.
okay. So I'm actually from Canada. I'm from London, Ontario. And when Sunny reached out to me, Sunny, sorry, I was under the impression that you guys may have worked in Canada on the Canada side as well. And so there's a little bit of mix up there when we first met, and we didn't think that, or we weren't sure if I would actually be able to join our Infinite company. But Suni looked into it, and so now I'm here. And the reason why I chose to be with OIC is because it doesn't really matter who I'm helping as long as I'm helping people. And this business, I can just confidently say I can see the leadership and everybody here has just, you know, so much belief in the company already. They're doing the right thing. I love the educational approach. And everybody, all the leaders here have been so open with being vulnerable um, and sharing their stories to help us, not make those mistakes or learn from those things as well. And so I've just really appreciated my experience so far.
Thank you so much, Miss Beck. Let's give Beck some warm kudos and show her some Supreme Team love, all the way in Canada. Is it Montreal or Toronto? It's Toronto, right? Toronto.
That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's a stone's throw away from Michigan. The reason that I wanted her to share you guys is because this team, we're doing groundbreaking things. We don't see any limitations. Success does not see limitations, you guys. Success finds a way when most people find an excuse or a limitation. So I'll give you guys an example. She did say she was from Canada, but we connected so well. I said, well, do you have any residents or do you know anybody with residence in the United States? See? She's like, yeah. She's like, my significant other lives in Michigan. I was like, can you use his address to join us? She was like, yeah, I'm actually here right now. And I was like, great, let's get you started. But now we've got big plans, right? So we are now, you know, we are plotting, planning, and scheming, right, on proposing to OIC to expand, right, ERG systems and things of that nature into Canada, right? And I know and I trust the timing of God because I personally believe, okay, that we are expanding into Canada real soon. I've heard our CEO mention it before, so I want you guys to always think big, okay? Don't take your big vision hats off. So, congratulations, kudos to you, Beck. Appreciate you for opening up and sharing. One other young lady, I don't know if she can share this morning, but if you cannot, Aida, I know you, it's okay. But if you can, just kind of introduce yourself formally to the team, that'd be awesome. But if you cannot, I understand. You're a busy young lady. Hey, there she is. Miss Aida.
Good
Ah,
morning.
yes. Good morning. Good morning. Miss Aida is becoming somebody that I've grown fairly close with in a short period of time. She's doing some amazing things already on our platform, ton of experience. Just kind of introduce yourself to the team. Share a little bit about your background and who you are and why you chose OIC as well.
Oh, wow. A little bit about my background. Um, well, I was born in Texas. I live in Texas, but I have lived in Florida, in Michigan, and in Colorado. I grew up as a migrant farm worker and, got married young, had kids. I raised 5 kids on my own. And I used to tell my kids that society already had expectations of them. That society already thought that because they came from a low income Latina single parent home, uneducated, because at the time I didn't have any, besides my high school diploma, didn't have any education. And that they were expected to have kids early, not graduate high school, get into drugs, get into alcohol, be in jail. And I like Suni because he's very straightforward, and that's how I am. And I said, screw that, screw them, because I'm going to make sure that you're going to have the opportunities in life to do whatever you want with your life. And so all of my kids graduated from the same high school here in Austin. And one of them chose to go to college. She just graduated from USC in California. We just went there in May with her master's in education. And I actually got my bachelor's 3 or 4 years ago. But I used to work for Austin Independent School District. I've worked in nonprofit my whole life. And I decided to quit because my work ethic was above what they ever wanted me to do. And I was not willing to change who I was to please their lower standards. And my question to myself was, where can I work where me doing my job isn't going to be a problem? The only place I can do that is working for myself. And so that's what I decided to do. I quit my job without even starting my business. But because I have raised 5 kids on my own, I can do anything in
Come
life.
on. Come
It's
on, Miss.
it's I had that. Now I realize it. When I did it, I just did it because I have that faith in myself. I know that if I set my mind to something, I can get it done. But now I realize how big, being in this business, I realize how big and how important that is to have faith in yourself. You cannot teach that to someone. You can help them grow that in themselves, but you can't make them do things. And so at this point in my life, I am 51 years old. At this point in my life, I'm learning to give myself credit for everything that I've done in my life. And
Yes, ma'am.
I talk to people about nobody can hold you back but yourself. And with my clients, I take the time, and I that's what I like about OIC, is one of the issues that I had working for other people was that they would tell me I spent too much time with the clients. And that's what I like about OIC, because I feel like this is the only place where I feel you spend even more time than I do with the clients. And I love it because not everybody's in the same place. Some people need more help, more time, more explanation than others. And we have to be okay, and we have to be knowledgeable enough to be able to give them that, because earning their trust is precious. Once you earn their trust, and so I have a financial services business. I do taxes, credit repair. Um, I do financial aid for college, and so my business has doubled in the 2 years I've been doing this as a business. It's doubled, and I don't advertise, I don't market. It's my clients that are sending more clients, and it's for that reason. They don't. I've been on that side as well, and I know what it's like to just kind of be brushed off and just sign there or just do this or just do that. And I think people are craving that understanding. They're craving someone that's going to have enough faith in them. Like, I can understand this, just explain it to me, right? So I'm glad to be here. I look forward to meeting everybody in Dallas.
Yes.
I'll be there and hope to
So,
learn more in person. Thank you.
thank you, Miss Aida. Wow. More to come from both of these young ladies, but I just wanted to introduce them to the team formally and so that they can kind of get that Supreme Team love. And, I spent significant time with both of them and I learned from them. I'm super, super impressed. Uh-oh, I think my screen went out. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yes, we
you.
still hear
Can
you.
you
You're
hear
just
me? Okay.
frozen.
I think you froze,
I
but we
got
can hear you.
froze. Yeah. Okay. But listen, awesome stuff. I'm always impressed when I talk to these young ladies. They're doing some amazing things. They're going to do some amazing things. And we're just excited to have you guys on board. But we got Canada, we got Austin, great backgrounds in this space, so we're expanding, right? We're expanding, we're growing. And Hans Augustine, I want to turn it over to you to kind of close us out. Those of you who can stay on, stay on. Those of you who have to go, you can go. I understand. But I just know that Hans had something really special to kind of share from a standpoint of perspective before we wrap up the call.
Well, I'm going to make it easy for everybody. You just need 5 minutes of your time because everybody said everything that I think I could have said if I had more time. But I'm going to use the wealth formula, and I want you to write this down. Please take a pen and write this down. Don't not write this down. Please take a pen and write this down. If you're looking at the wealth formula, the whole time I'm listening to the call, Miss Mary Grace, Mr. Samad, and some of the folks, if you took the same wealth formula and you said time, you only have the next 3 to 5 years here. The 8 years that they built was for us to build this within the next 3 to 5 years. Just remind you that I told you that. I'm not going to say that the company's going to be here forever, but there's a critical period that we're in. If you make a mistake, like not getting somebody to convention, or you make a mistake and not understand what I'm saying, you got 3 to 5 years. Because when the giants show up, all of this intimacy won't be as available to you. And only the kings and queens have a chance to talk to each other during that time frame And we can only leave the DNA of the footprint of what we're doing. What we're doing is we're building a foundation so that the DNA of our teams will say, no, this is the principle that our equity partners, our founders love, care. But once we go through that 3 to 5 year critical period, it's going to change. Your capital is going to come from the income streams that you position here, which is your producer commission income, your agency income, and your equity ownership. That's where your capital is going to come from. We're going to show you how to build wealth here because you're going to understand that over the next 3 to 5 years, we have a sense of urgency. There's no promise to tomorrow. I did not know I was going to get sick. Mary Grace did not know she was going to get sick. But since I'm here, I have to have a sense of urgency. And so do you. You're going to use your capital to create income here through your commissions, your agency commissions, your equity ownership, your business directorship. You look at the comp plan. We don't have enough time. But there is a price that you can end up paying if you're not paying attention. The formula says there's inflation you have to worry about. That means the price changes every year that you delay. You could get sick, like I did. If you choose to park your car of getting the work done, there's a price to paying for that. The Israelites sat in the desert for 40 years for no reason. So when you park your car and you say, well, I don't want to show up to a meeting, or I don't want to go to convention. I was heartbroken too when Miss Mary Grace said, so you will buy the stock of price X, but you won't buy the stock of your own company and organization that you're building. You will build somebody else's company, but you won't build yours. I was heartbroken when she said, I can't give you my emotions right now because I don't have enough time. So if you pause and you park yourself and you get into your ego, there's a price to pay for that. That is inflation that you're creating for yourself. The last part is that there is a tax. The formula says you have to beat inflation and taxes. There's a cost to waiting. He said it, the price is $125 and go do the work, but it will cost you more 3 to 5 years from now. When the book I was reading this morning said, hey, it got so bad in the famine of a place that people had to sell everything that they had in order to survive because they were going to offer themselves over to slavery. What we're saying is that we don't want slavery, we want freedom. If you're saying freedom and legacy, you have to pay the price now. Because what we're teaching you as well, see, last night's phone call, that was a wealth awareness call. How many people are teaching you how to buy gold, silver? How many people are teaching you how to move your money? And Miss Mary Grace said it better. We take from 0 personality problems to $20 million. I could not walk into Merrill Lynch unless I had $250,000 or above. They weren't going to talk to me. We're talking to you right now, but you only got 3 to 5 years. You will miss the wealth curve that we are teaching faithfully to anybody who's willing to pay attention. But if you park your car, there's a price. If you wait and you say, oh, well, you know what? Next year's convention is too expensive. I've seen it over the last 24 months. I'm really prepared to cry. That's how emotional I thought about it. The other day I told Mr. Summer, I went to sleep because I saw people saying, no, I don't want to pay that price. I don't want to walk into this. I don't want to do this. I don't like this. This doesn't feel good. So what? I don't want to be rude, but I'm just telling you guys my truth. I'm just telling you, there's people that get on here. The lady got in her mommy van. She says, I'm going to go help you pay the price. So it doesn't become too expensive to you. That's why I hit her with the thank you, because 2 years ago when I was thinking about what's my next move, I didn't have one. I was like, I don't know how much more of me I can give to a business that I make tremendous amount of money, but my family is looking for me. How am I going to get to my son? How am I going to get to my wife? How am I going to get to my grandchildren? I can make a lot of money, but if I don't have the time. So what he said to me when I met Mr. Samad, and he pulled me out of a conversation differently. He says, let me take this one and I'm going to show him how to, over the next 3 to 5 years, where he can do whatever he wants. And I bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. I never saw the wealth formula. He taught it to me. I never saw it. I walked into convention last year and somebody said, show up and be the trainer. He said, okay, I'll go to Vegas. So, okay, I'll be the trainer. Then I show up the year after that and they say, hey, guess what? We're about to give equity. God's my witness. Go ask Brad Pham if I hugged him or not. I did. I was like, thank you, because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. He just gave me the plan. But it cost something. It cost something. I wish you guys understood, like, the reason why we cry out on you there is every day we're like, how do we improve this machine? How do we improve the machine? We're masterminding at midnight at night. We're calling each other. How do we improve the machine for you? I guarantee you, if you left any business director alone for a 2-year period, they'd walk away with a couple $1 million on their own pen. But they said, no, I won't. I saw Mary Grace. She said, hey, Hans, you showed up in Texas. Let me come get you and your wife. What she did was, I love what you said, Mary Grace. You know what? The other day I had to do one of those things. I was in Atlantic City. My wife was like, hey, I need you. Hey, I need you. I had to shut down that Friday. I was like, all right, because I could get another couple of months out of it if I just showed up for her at that moment. So you guys don't think they don't want to be with their wives? You heard the gentleman say his mother in the background has cancer, but he's showing up for you. I'm going to let everybody go, but I want you to really process it, because even me, I'm emotional right now. I understand the price that they were willing to pay for me. I understand it, and I wish everybody did. But we realize not everybody will. But we're going to take the people along with us because we understand the formula. Last night's call, you ask yourself, how many people shared that information with you before? How many people told you that you can go from zero to as much as you want to and figure out how to protect yourself against inflation? We teaching the rules of the game, and we're bringing you products and services. And some people said, I just checked out. I'm going to go sit on my couch. I'm going to tell my children they're not going to go to college. I'm going to tell my wife I'm not going to make the mortgage payment. I'm not going to bring food in the household. I'm going to let the lights turn off. Why? When we're teaching you the business, we're teaching you wholeheartedly. You think it's easy to come up with a new training? You think it's easy to get in the van? No, it's not. But we wake up every morning and say, we made a promise. We made a promise to teach people financial literacy, teach them how to make money, how to change their families, and you're getting it for you at no cost. But you got to apply the formula. Since the day that I got taught this formula, I can teach it in 5 minutes, I can teach it in 10 minutes, I can teach it in 50 minutes, 40 minutes, 45. I can do whatever I want with that formula. I can go taxes all day long. I didn't know all this stuff. I had money, but I did not have enough knowledge. That's why it took me so long. I understand the celebration of the Knicks. It took them so long. They had to put the right people in the room, and you guys have it to you in the next 3 to 5 years. I promise you. If you only understood what I knew, I can't explain it to you. I'm sticking here like glue. I'm figuring out how to show up in every room, Mr. Saman. Miss Mary Grace, I'm going to be in convention. I'm going to figure out how to bring more people to convention because I'm willing to pay the price, but are you? Because if you don't pay the price, like he said, there's a cost to it. And I've seen this cost paid by many people, and it was unfortunate. See, the one thing that scared me the most when I finally got out of the hospital is the whole time that I was running before kidney happened, I was just trying to catch up with the previous mistakes that I had made. My first mistake, $1.2 million down the drain. No knowledge. How do you make $1.2 million and you blow it? It's because you don't have knowledge. and then you do it again. That's why it took so long. So when I finally figured out the second time, I was like, slow down, do this right, make sure it makes sense. And I made money and I kept money. That's why you guys don't see me sweating at all. But I got a second chance to go up to another level because that level I had been trying to figure out for years. I couldn't break a certain couple. I could break, 1 or 2 million, but I couldn't break beyond that. Because if you break 1 million, you could do it again. You break 2 million, you could do it again. But maybe there's another code to 10 million. Who has the code? Well, then there was this 18-year-old who said, I'm going to create our infinite company. I'm going to make it the people's company. $30 million later, he's still sitting on his desk trying to figure out how to help you. So did you think I was going to take that for granted? I was like, say less, coach, put me in the game. Put me in the game. You got to get in the game, Mr. Samad. I don't want to turn into a preacher. I'm just telling you guys. I'm literally telling you, this gentleman, we talk all night and we're doing it for you. Kim Howard's running around the idea trying to figure out how to do it for you. Princess Map is running around trying to figure out how to do it for you. You think it's easy to leave your house and your kids and your grandparents and your kids to go to Arkansas? She's doing it for her team member. She ain't doing it for herself. It'll work out for her, but that compounding interest thing, the formula to that compounding interest is another 5 to 6, 7 years later. The first couple of years for a business directors, penny on the grounds. But they got to fly in. They got to show up. They got to make sure it makes sense because they understand one thing. They understand the formula. I've seen this formula play out before. That's why I knew when I got here, I was like, okay, this is the right room. This is the right people. They're talking great. They're keeping their word. They're showing up. They're paying the price. They're taking you out to dinner. You think that doesn't cost something? I just want you guys to understand, like flights, dinners, people showing up in Arkansas, people showing up in your room, people showing up trying to make sense for it for you. You think when we get there in Dallas and we're paying for all these lunches, there's not a price behind it? There is. But we're doing it for you because we know nobody championed my cause. Nobody did when I was a kid. My mother knew what she knew. My father knew what he knew. But nobody was like, hey, Hans, let me show you what to do with this. I figured it out by playing the games in my favor, and I worked hard, and then I blew it. And I was like, how come I blew the 1.2? Well, you didn't know what you were doing. You didn't have any information. You didn't have any knowledge. So when I show up on these calls, these books get full. I got like hundreds of them with the intent to win. So when I tell you guys I came to win, I wasn't playing. When I make a mistake, tell me what to do, Miss Mary Grace. When I make a mistake, tell me what to do, Mr. Saman. Hey, you got a better idea? Sure, let me hear you out. I'm fighting to answer the phone call for the gentleman. The only time I don't answer is because I'm on the game, on the field playing. If I'm off the field, yo, what you got, brother? We good? Everything all right? We want to win. I cried the other night. I went to sleep. And I was like, why are people not thinking this through? And I can't wait for you. I can't hurt my family for you. I can't hurt the promise that I have over my life for you. But while I'm here helping you, take it. Don't use me, but do it wisely. If you want to use people, get in another game. But these people are sincere. Ask them what they got to do every day to make sure they show up to this phone call. Get a little closer and respect the game. Mary Grace has children. She has a husband. She has family. Mrs. Samad has a husband. She has a wife. I'm sorry, you don't have a husband. You got a wife. You got children. He's got people around him that he has to care for, but he put them on pause so I don't disrespect it. Brother, I know you put it on pause for me, and I'm going to pay the price. If you put it on pause, then I got to put it on pause too. I show up every once in a while, and I tell my kids I love them. I'll take my wife out to dinner, but I'm buying time for you, actually. Mrs. Samad, I'm going to get in trouble. They're going to kick me out of the game.
Yes, sir. Well, listen, I appreciate everybody sticking around because I wanted everybody to hear the heart of this call. And I will say that there's a difference between spending time and investing time. what really helped me was a perspective of saying, hey, the time away from my loved ones is an investment, right? It is a price. It's not really a cost. And having those conversations matter, right? If you guys have loved ones, if you have, people that you're spending time away from to build something for them, have that conversation and let them know that when dad or mom is away, right, you're doing something for them, right? And it helps. It really does, right? It really helps. And so, Mary Grace, thank you so much for showing up on our call today. Hans Augustine, thank you for speaking out. You guys, the price versus the cost. Just remember that concept. Aida, thank you. Welcome to the team. Beck, from Canada, welcome. Thank you for speaking on the call. And I am going to be training our LinkedIn call today, right? LinkedIn and three-way calling. This is a call where we train people on how to prospect and how to build their business leveraging LinkedIn. Okay, so I'm going to be training that call today. Plug in if you can. If you guys want to grow your business, if you guys want to expand your recruiting efforts, if you guys want to learn how to recruit and expand a nationwide business using a system and a philosophy, we call it the LinkedIn call, but it's not about LinkedIn. Okay. It's about philosophies that drive your business forward. Okay. So I'll see you guys on that call. If not, if you guys need me, I'm a phone call away. Okay. You guys have a blessed and wonderful and prosperous day. Bye bye.
Thank you, leaders.
Thank you.
You.
Thank you.